What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel if you're new here. My name is Chris, and I have a very special guest today. For those of you that are following me on Twitter or involved in the same communities that I'm in, I did buy into Pirates of the Metaverse like probably over a month ago now. Time is so weird in this space, but I've been absolutely loving this project, and we're going to talk all about it today. But actually, the one of the co-founders was able to come on the channel today, so let me introduce him. Crypto Papi, how's it going today?
What's happening, Chtiscoffee, man? Thanks for having me. Definitely, took a look at some of your content when you reached out, and love to see what you're doing, and love to see members of the community putting out content for Pirates. So it's an honor to be here.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. I was telling Poppy before we went live that I got to get me one of those hats so I can rep on some of this content. That's amazing, man. I love that the letters like really pop out. It's not like some people go to try to print their own stuff and it just doesn't turn out that good. But that's like that pops. Like I would recognize that in public if somebody was wearing that.
Yeah, this is the first time that it's been seen in public. So there
Uh-oh,
you go.
we got alpha.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Again, it's so great to have you on here. I guess we'll get a little bit of background. So, like, what I did introduce you as the co-founder, but like, what is your involvement in Pirates of the Metaverse?
Yeah, I am one of the three co-founders and Pirates of the Metaverse. Us three founders, we do have kind of our own specialty within Drip Studios and Pirates, but at the same time, we all wear many hats as well. So, generally speaking, I would say that I am, I guess, involved a lot in speaking with the community, especially, in terms of others that are creating content or very visible on Twitter, whereas the other two co-founders are more in sort of the background. And then the other thing that I do handle within Pirates, generally speaking, is kind of like anything that has to do with the technology side, basically. So front end, back end, any cool stuff that we're building. Usually, I'm managing that.
Awesome, awesome. And I know from the sounds of it, you have been in the space for a while. Is that correct? Relative to NFTs?
Yeah, I guess relative to NFTs, I've been here a while, not a complete OG. I consider like complete OGs are obviously people that minted CryptoPunks
Yeah,
or
yeah.
were at least early in the cycle of NBA Top Shot and not late like me. So, but yeah, I've been in NFT since I guess February of 2021, which feels like a lifetime. Had no idea when I went in hard with NFTs that I would be doing this full time. A
That's
short,
amazing,
short
man.
amount of time later. It wasn't long after that. So, yeah,
I have to ask what Bings was brought up. Did you get wrecked by Top Shot? I know they
I
diluted.
totally did. Yeah,
I know
yeah,
they diluted the market, but
yeah.
my favorite stories is people that got wrecked by his Top Shot, stuck with the space, and succeeded. And I know as a career, that's obviously you seem to be a successful person, but I know you're also. I don't know what level you bought Bored Apes at, but I know at one point you owned a few Bored Apes as well. So I'm guessing you had a great recovery from that.
Yeah, my philosophy on anything, to be honest, is not to be a maxi anything. And so when I got into Top Shot, and I was creating content too on YouTube around NBA Top Shot, you know, I absolutely love the product. I'm a big basketball fan, um, but I at least I'm thankful that I didn't decide to just basically be an NBA Top Shot person, but rather someone that wanted to learn as much as I could about Web3, and so that led me to the Bored Apes, and I did mint one ape, and then kind of got into them right away, and was part of like the whole PFP, the rise of the PFP, which really happened with the Bored Apes, as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I always say this to people is don't be a maxi anything.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. This was a question for later, but it's pretty relevant to being a maxi. So we see right now in the NFT space that it's Solana versus ETH right now. People are wanting a Solana summer, and then ETH maxis are like, nah, Solana's trash. So it looks like Pirates is going to be both plus flow. Did your mentality play into that, like when thinking about like to do something different? Because I have it in the title, but this is a cross chain project, which I ironically, this was one of the projects I bought first, then researched later. But when I researched that incentivized me to be a longer term holder. And then I met the community and then all the other stuff. But yeah, so like, did that play into your thought process of like not being glued to a certain chain?
1,000%. Like as both on the Drip Studio side, where we pride ourselves on being blockchain agnostic, and we think that there's strengths and weaknesses to each one of those blockchains. I think it's complete nonsense that people get into discussions about ETH is better than Solana. That's like saying, BMW versus Mercedes. I mean, they have their pros and cons. At one point, I may own one versus the other, and I'm not a Maxi car person either, right? And it plays into like the type of community that we want to build. We want to build explorers who are out there learning and observing about all kinds of things that different blockchains have to offer. And we couldn't internally as founders, when we were creating the roadmap, we had a difficult time deciding what blockchain we wanted to deploy on. It's not straightforward, and eventually all our discussions led to, well, why don't we encourage people, to be more like us and explore and invest in different aspects of different blockchains, and that's how we kind of ended up there.
I don't think you could. You probably didn't. We'll dive into this later. You probably didn't feel like it at the time, but I don't think you could have picked a better time for everything to unfold. Because while you dropped on ETH, and the next phase is going to be Solana and Flow, Solana is just like constantly growing. So I for one, I remember buying into Pirates, and I was like, okay, well, I'll find out how to set up a Phantom wallet later and get familiar with the Solana blockchain. But now that Solana's blowing up, I already did that. So like I'm already prepared for whatever we're gonna have to do when that time comes. But I feel like more and more people are getting familiar with Solana and Magic Eden. So it's just kind of a cool timing because like it's not random now. Now it's like it's much more of a treat now. I feel like for the average person to also have an NFT on Solana as well as maybe they're used to ETH or whatever. And I haven't personally messed around with Flow, but I'm sure that's going to be unique as well.
Yeah, I think these blockchains are going to go through cycles, and each one of them will have their moment in time where they're hyped. And we had a Solana cycle already. Unfortunately, it was like I don't know. It felt like at the time it was all for the wrong reasons. It was like a lot of copycat projects that were being pumped and dumped. It didn't seem sustainable and organic. And there does definitely seem to be a lot more attention now over Solana and Solana Summer, and at the rate that Flow is now putting out projects, and some of the things that Flow is doing to encourage developers to build dApps on Flow with some of the grants that they're offering. Like it's not hard to see, not difficult to see that Flow will also go through its own hype cycle.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Are these going to be like airdrops? Are these going to be like claims? And are they going to be segmented at different times, like the Solana first and then the Flow, or vice versa?
Yeah, so the way that it's going to work is you're effectively, if you hold a pirate on ETH, our commitment is that you will then receive your Solana and your Flow pirate. As long as you're effectively first holding the ETH pirate and then the ETH and the Solana pirate, then you can claim the Flow pirate. And so the way the roadmap is laid out is that we did the 3D versions on ETH, which is what everybody knows now as pirates. We're all using as our BFPs. Then we'll release the 2D collection. And we've been teasing out a lot of what the 2D art looks like. I'm super hyped for it. I actually, as a PFP itself, and this is like, Louise, my partner, thinks differently. So this is like a total personal opinion, but I actually really like the 2Ds as PFPs themselves, where I think the 3Ds, like, I don't know if you can see the poster in the back there, like of my pirate. But the 3Ds I think do really well when it's like something bigger that it's displayed on. And then we'll also have pixelated pirates
Are
at
you
some
able
point.
to move your camera to where we could see it? Is that too weird to
It's on
ask?
the ping pong table. I
Oh,
won't be able to.
oh, okay, okay, I got you. I do see it. I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
see it. I
yeah.
do see it. Cool.
Sorry,
Yeah, I didn't
I
even
need to get
notice
them hung
that.
up. Yeah.
And don't you have? I pulled up the website. I'm pretty sure on your Twitter you have the 2D, some examples of the 2D sneak peeks, don't you? I can pull
Oh
that up
yeah,
real quick.
yeah. And we've done a lot of sneak peeks. Like, we'll catch people off guard sometimes, and we'll just tweet out the 2D version of their pirate.
Yeah,
So if
I've
you look
seen
on
that.
Twitter,
I've
there's
seen
lots
that.
of
That's
those
so awesome.
examples too.
So let's go under your media. So these are an example of like what the 2D to expect
That's
of
my
it.
2D, and I prefer
That's
my 2D as a
awesome.
PFP, but I can't have it
Yeah.
as a hexagon yet. So
Oh man, yeah, that's true. They did take that. Um,
waiting for it to get minted so I can use it full time as my hexagon PFP.
Love it, love it. Now with it existing on, is this gonna be the Soul one or
Yeah,
the flow? Okay.
the
Would
2D.
it?
Yeah.
How would you have? Would you be able to verify it as a hexagon through Soul? Or
Yeah,
is that
that's
just
the plan. Yeah, and
okay?
eventually, I hope Twitter introduces Dapper Wallet verification as well, which it just kind of makes sense to do it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the idea of like when we created the collection and being on different blockchains is that there are maxis. Like there are people that say, no, I'm a Flow guy, or I'm a Solana guy or girl, I'm a ETH person, and the it played into our vision because this wasn't implemented yet, but Twitter had been talking about how they wanted to do that. So we wanted to give people, regardless of kind of the blockchain you choose to be on, the ability to represent yourselves with a pirate, no matter what blockchain you're on, and then you can choose that next layer, which is the blockchain itself.
Yeah, I love that. And one of the things I noticed when I found the pirates is that like you can resonate with the PFPs, like, and that's part of Web3 is like that digital self aspect. And I really liked that. My wife doesn't have any NFTs. I would love to like buy her a pirate one day that I feel like she like would just be like, she'd really want to represent. And that's just like a fun thing that I've seen. And like I've told you beforehand, I saw some people transitioning to just buying NFTs for the first time that are buying pirates because they just like the looks of them so much and they resonate with them. So for those of you that don't know that are watching, I was just looking at trends and I saw pirates trending on the remint day, which we can talk about in a second. And I just love the look of them so much that I bought first and then researched later. Speaking on that, I would say I almost titled the description of this beforehand on this, but I decided to change it. But like you guys really did have like the ultimate comeback story. Did you want to talk about that? Because I know you originally tried to mint in I don't remember the exact date, and then there was a remint. But it wasn't like you just reminted, sold out, and then just kind of like, fiddled out. I mean, we're talking like almost 1,000 Ethereum volume traded since the remint. So, I mean, that's a wicked comeback. You don't see that happen often in the space. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, look, we always felt extremely confident that we had a really great product, and what you're saying in terms of how people really resonate with the brand, the art itself. We know that we have a lot of horsepower with my partner Tommy, who everybody knows by now is my cousin as well. But we felt like we had something that, again, we're building a brand for the long term that we feel lends itself really well to both lots of experiences in the virtual world, but at the same time can transcend into the physical world as well. And our launch, I think there are lots of things you learn, right, when you're launching a project, but one of the things you learn is how much impact all of the kind of the things that are happening around the collection can have on a launch. We were kind of heads down planning pirates, choosing launch dates. What we learn is, if you we happened to launch the week that Putin decided to invade Ukraine. It was just like it was a horrific week, literally, to get out there and launch. We thought a lot about, is this the right time to launch the project? But we made a commitment to our community, and we felt that we had a really strong community, and so we launched and we did stall at I think it was like 2,500 sales. And so at that point it was a matter of regrouping. We talked a lot with existing community members. We talked to people that barely knew what pirates was. I remember being in meetings where It's there. Those are not those are good meetings to be in, where they haven't really taken a vested interest in the collection, but they're bluntly tell you their opinion. And again, we felt really, really strong that our community continued to grow, even though crypto and NFTs, there was, and really, stock market, like things were looking very shaky. We still felt really confident in what we had. And so, talking to everybody, we kind of planned this basically relaunch of Pirates. And we did see actually in general. So what happened was the Bored Ape basically launched Ape Token at the time. Then there's all this new hype around land coming, and it woke up the NFT space, and you could see like there was a different level of interest and volumes. And so, we felt like that was the right time to relaunch the brand, and I guess the rest is history.
Heck yeah, man. Like that's amazing. And yeah, I remember all that unfolding as somebody who's very active in the market. It's just crazy to me because, I've been here for a decent amount of time as well. And so many projects out there, like if they don't mint out, they try to compare themselves to the apes, and they're like, oh, well, the apes did mint out, but they try to compare themselves to like this slow growth, this slow organic growth, and they either dip or it just doesn't happen. But like you guys made it happen, and like that's a huge deal, and that's really awesome. And even right now, I mean, like we're in awful market conditions right now. I mean, like stock, crypto, NFTs, everything, inflation. And Pirates are 0.1 floor, dude. Like they're still killing it. Like they're holding strong, and so I mean that's amazing too. About to cross again like 1K ETH volume. Like that's got it. I remember, so I bought mine the day of the remint, and I remember joining that Twitter space that you guys hosted to celebrate. Which, by the way, you guys, whoever's watching this, who's in charge of that, if you are, do an awesome job at just like the good mornings, good nights, the walk the planks, the Discord communities, Twitter messages, like those all like keep it thriving. Because at that point, people don't want to sell their pirates because they're part of something. Like that pirate is access to part of something, which is the beautiful part about NFTs. But yeah, you guys are just doing like an amazing job. Let me pull up the OpenSea real quick. Yeah, like I said,
And a lot of credit goes to our community, like that's by us initially like making a hard statement that we were going to ban any bot we saw, that we weren't going to buy followers, we're going to grow organically. It's kind of twofold. Like that you're kind of putting yourself, you can put yourself at a disadvantage, but at the same time felt really strongly that we needed to grow through our community. And so what you're seeing is legitimately, it's our community doing a lot of those things at this point. And people like Mikkel and Ryan, like who were part of the people that joined the community very early on, like they're and us hiring through our community. I think that's like the recipe for success. If anybody else is watching this and wants to kind of build their own community, is build from within.
Completely agree. And one of the biggest things I caught from that Twitter space, besides the absolute excitement of those who have been with the project since the beginning that saw it mint out, was the organic growth of like Discord follower or Discord engagement, Twitter followers, all that. You're talking about how like you did it from the ground up. You didn't want to cheat the system, because people are starting to be able to tell like who's paying for followers and who's not. So I think that organic growth probably contributed a lot to also like an organic community. It's just really awesome to see. I have not participated in any yet, but those poker nights look really cool. Have you participated in any of those yet?
I haven't been able to play poker yet. It's Friday night at that time is probably the worst time for me to possibly play, but I definitely need to like put one of my Friday nights aside, and I really gotta get to play.
Yeah, I'd love to. It's hard for me too. I got two kids, so when I'm not working, I'm trying to manage them too. But I would love to make it to one in the future for sure. What? So can you explain? We don't have to touch on this for too long, but you mentioned Drip Studios earlier. Like, what is Drip Studios, and like, what does it have to do with Pirates in the Metaverse? Because yeah.
Yeah, so Drip Studios is the company that we founded. Pirates of the Metaverse is the project. And I think that we see ourselves as very different. It's one of the reasons why we felt like at no point will Pirates die, because Pirates will always be the benefactor of anything that happens with Drip Studios. So Drip Studios are B2B business where we help and engage with others who are dropping NFT projects end to end. We can do effectively the marketing, the art, the technology side, the community management side, and that's an aspect that I can tell you we definitely basically have to choose who we work with because the demand is so large for a company like Drip Studios. So we see ourselves as being different than maybe 90% of the projects out there. Not all of them. There's others that are similar to us where especially right like in a potential bear market that we might be in for God knows how long we're going to be here. But it could certainly be weeks, months, and it could be years. The crypto cycles are typically like 3-year bear market, 1-year bull market. So we'll see what happens. So we wanted to build a business, a sustainable business. We all are professionals who quit our careers to effectively go and do this full time. We weren't about like, hey, let's launch a project, grab a couple $1,000,000 and quit our jobs. That's actually not even close to enough to like quit your job. Like if depends on how you look at things. So we're looking at models of how can we have sustainable revenue where we're a legit business, and that's that's kind of what we do. And like I said, that part of it gave us a lot of confidence in that downtime that we're talking about between the initial mint and the second mint, that it didn't matter what happened. Like we have a sustainable business model. We'll always be able to roll profits back into Pirates, and we will make Pirates work. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And so we're really busy, obviously building both sides of the businesses.
Love to hear it, man. I remember again hearing you talk about that on that night of that Twitter space, and that made me so bullish on the project because, like, as somebody who like it's one of my jobs to go over projects and kind of like analyze them, what they're about, their sustainability. Dude, so many projects out there, they sell out, they pocket 80% of what the mint was, and they promise this large large roadmap with 20% of the funds ends up just becoming a slow rug, whether they intended that or not, because they eventually run out of those upfront funds. So the fact that you have this back end sustainability is like huge for a project. I remember hearing you say that, and again, a couple of other things that happened right after I bought my Pirate. And there's a reason that I put it as my PFP and then I kept it. I'm not a diamond hand person anymore. I used to be back in stocks, and like nowadays I flip a lot. But as far as my Pirate goes, like it's my forever Pirate. I've rocked it since the PFP since. I'm here for the long haul. I have like no plan to sell it whatsoever. So I'm super excited to be a part. Somebody in the comments, by the way, the Pirates have
Love
been
your
showing up.
Pirate too, by the way.
Yeah.
And you
Appreciate it.
built a brand with it already where like I see your Pirate, I know it's you.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. I thought like it was around floor at the time ish. And I thought like it like sort of favored me. If anything, like I felt like I just liked that one. I resonated with that one. I like the bird, the bird on the shoulder. I was like, that's pretty sweet. So I picked that one out. At the time, I didn't have the funds to go for something. Hindsight, I wish I'd have went back and like at least bought like a robot or something different. But I'm happy with what I got. There. First off, the comments of the Pirates have been amazing. The community's been like here this whole time. Somebody asked who came up with Drip Studios, like the name.
Tommy, and the story he tells me, because by the time he showed me what he wanted to do, he already had a logo, a name, and he had Ether, our main character, already, the proof of concept art done. And the way Tommy tells the story is, I just thought of a fun name, and
That's
Drip just
awesome.
sounded cool. Like, and he's so creative. Like for him, it would have, I don't know, I would have probably come up with 20 horrific names. Nothing would have worked. And I'm sure for him, I don't know, it's just Drip Studios. That's it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's awesome. And yeah, that's how you do it. You come up with a whole business plan. It's all right, we're choosing this. That's awesome. So what's coming up that you're like most excited about Pirates of the Metaverse? Like anything like short term, midterm, like something that you particularly are just like, I'm ready for this to happen.
Oh man, there is so much going on right now. Uh, you know, I would say that the community is doing an amazing job of continuing to grow the community and one of the things that's really exciting me is the things that are happening organically from the community that we're not building, that we weren't thinking of building. And next thing you know is like, you got this community building storylines and characters, and the whole syndicate thing is like one of the things that comes to mind. I saw some artwork that the syndicate was doing yesterday, and there's like developing storylines. And so that was something I didn't anticipate when we first sort of created the roadmap. And I think you have to leave room for, in any roadmap, you have to leave room for flexibility and adapting based on what's happening in the community. So one of the things I'm really excited about is that has ended up shaping how we're building some of the products that we're building now for Pirates. So you'll see that we really quickly put up on our website like all the different factions that are being formed. But there's stuff happening in the background that's already related to factions. That's really shaping. And in some ways we had to like, okay, stop, hold on. We need to redesign something because of all this stuff that's going on with factions. So, I'm pumped for you guys to see, I guess, our next version of our website, which will reveal a lot more in terms of not just the roadmap, but some of the cool stuff that the impact that the community has influenced.
Sweet. Yeah, I went to go look for the factions on this one. I didn't see it. Is it so it's updated on the new one?
Should be
Or the
under
faction?
more potentially. Yeah,
Ah,
factions. Yeah.
there it is. I was actually looking for this earlier. These are super sweet. I love that. Heck yeah.
This is all
I
all
missed that button.
organic community stuff. I can't believe, I pinch myself like, wow, I can't, like, we have such a strong community. And at first I was like, I don't know, is this a good thing? Like, should we have like this many like sub communities? But
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it seems to be thriving. So I'm definitely not one to get in the way of anything. If anything, I'm just looking for ways to potentially support that more. One of the other things you're seeing is people taking their pirates and creating brands with their pirates. I think Decryption stands out as someone that I just reached out to recently to see how I could possibly help, because that is, at the end of the day, like, I look at like the ultimate utility of pirates is community and empowerment to build your brand and potentially go full time into Web3 and support entrepreneurs that want to be in the space to do good for the space. And this is like, that is ultimately like, success is like watching people grow and go full time into Web3 and create their own kick-ass brand is what I would love to see.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I don't know if this is a bad time to ask this question. I feel like I've asked it privately over the Twitter before, not you, but just like the community. But do people have property rights to their pirates, or is
Yeah,
okay?
100%. Yeah, you own your pirate, no restrictions. Do what you want with that pirate. We've already seen people launch NFT projects based on their pirate. I don't know if you've seen Dr. Medici. I know pirates supported them and bought some, but that's what we want. That's what we want. Just leverage the brand as you see fit to grow your own brand.
Love it. Yeah, and for my day job, I own a coffee shop, and I roast coffee bags. So I've definitely flirted with the idea of taking NFTs and putting them as like brands on the bags. So like using my pirate as like on my bags, I think would be a really
Yep.
cool future idea. And again, I've reached out over Twitter. I've never asked one of the co-founders or anything, because I know that's. So I actually just kind of like my head's
Hey,
been
does your pirate not look like a barista?
yeah,
Right,
kinda.
like,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
it
exactly.
does. Like, I
Yeah.
could totally see that.
Yeah, I've even flirted with, like, doing different rum roast, like rum
Oh,
flavored
yeah.
roast and stuff like that, so it's a really fun thing. I didn't know this until recently. I guess I didn't, like, fully understand this, but, like, yeah, on NFT projects, it's usually in the terms of service on, like, what you can do with their project. So, like, obviously, like, you're familiar with Bored Apes, like, you can pretty much take and run with whatever you wanna do with the property rights, but things like VeeFriends, Series 2 anyways, they actually it's in the terms of service that you can't do certain things with it, like, you don't have the property rights to it, so it does depend on the project. That's why I ask you, ahead of time, I haven't read the terms of service of the pirates yet, but because I haven't done it yet. But if it comes time to put my pirate on a coffee bag, that's when I'd probably be reading or reaching out and asking. So that's such a really cool thing that you can do with Web3.
Yeah, again, do what you do what you want with that pirate, put it in coffee bags, and on top of that, like reach out and let me know how we can support you, because that's what we want to do. We want to support people that are looking to do things like that as much as possible.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate that. I know that I didn't have this question on the agenda. I know you are based out of Canada from on one of the Twitter spaces. I lurk a lot. But do you know any pirates that are going to be at new NFT NYC?
I know three. I know four. I know three pirates for sure that are going to be in NFT NYC, and that's Luis, Tommy, and myself.
Oh, you are
Uh,
going?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't
we'll be
know
there.
that. I might be
Yeah,
there. I might be there. That's awesome. The company I work with, I might do some interviews and stuff like while we're there. So I'm kind of trying to plan it right now. But that'd be awesome. I'd love to meet you in person.
yeah, absolutely. First time I say that out loud in public too. Like, we will be there. So what we won't be doing is anything. Well, maybe one kind of little special surprise potentially around pirates, but it's
Hey,
not. It's nothing. Like, we're not going to do like an official pirates gathering while we're there. We are like in the midst of planning Plunderfest, and that's really our focus. And based on like when we actually reached our revenue goals and when we were able to hire our really our marketing assistants to be able to plan an event like that, we just didn't have time to plan something for NFT NYC. And so NFT NYC is going to be about we're all flying there. Tommy from Spain, Luis from Miami, me from Toronto, and we want to network with as many people as possible. Obviously, potential future partnerships, other projects, but also the Pirates community. So we will definitely spend time together, but there won't be an event organized around Pirates while we're there.
maybe if we all get the free time, we can like go out to grab a beer together or like grab a lunch together or something like that. I think that'd be awesome. Grab some food
Thousand
or something.
percent. Like, I expect to be a lot with people in the community. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be attending actual
I'm not
sessions.
I'm not buying a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go I'm just networking and going around and stuff. But
That
yeah,
that's what I'm going for. I'd probably buy a ticket because there might be an opportunity to network inside, right? Like, or go listen to someone speak that I might want to partner with or something like that. But generally speaking, my time at NFT NYC is, I'll probably just be tweeting out like, "Hey, going to lunch over here. Who wants to come? Like, let's get together." I just want to hang with the community.
let's get it, man. I would absolutely love that. And I have a couple connections that I might be able to get you connected with as well while we're there. So really looking forward to seeing you there. Kobe Collects, thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Somebody asked if this is NFT. It's NYC. So it's in New York. It's coming up in like 3 weeks. Gonna be a lot of events, a lot of things going on there.
And there's Ape
So
Fest too, which I will definitely be attending as well. So
I saw the the video that was going around Twitter. It was kind of like a meme, but it was like that line that was like down the road of like everybody waiting outside of Ape Fest. Have you seen that yet?
oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
crazy how many people were just like waiting outside. But
yeah.
yeah, that's
And
really
I
cool.
don't know, like, I know a lot of people know, like, we have a massive ape community inside
Hmm.
of Pirates. Like, many of our early supporters, very outspoken uh, uh, community members of Pirates are Bored Apes. So, I'll be at Ape Fest, representing Pirates, representing Bored Apes, like my two favorite projects on the planet.
I saw that, man. There's really solid projects representing Pirates of the Metaverse, so I think that's really cool. We have like a couple people from each community, so I got a lot of love from the Gutter Cats, got a lot of love from the Bored Apes, even getting a lot of love from the Veve community, as I pointed out before we spoke. So it's cool to see a lot of these different projects all kind of coming in and supporting and grabbing them a pirate. I love to see it. Let me pull up this roadmap again. I'm just going to ask you what is next on the roadmap while I have you here. I know we can obviously go look, but let me see if I can pull it up again. So is it the Solana coming next?
Yeah. So what I can tell you is that we're working on a lot of stuff in parallel right now. And some things are things that are built over the short term. Some things are things that we started now that we might not see for 4 or 5 months, 6 months, even in Pirates, right? And so, this space map, when we initially created, it was kind of like a visual representation of things to come. But what I can tell you is that I am really hyped for stuff that you don't see here, that nobody knows is being worked on, and I mean nobody. And we're not married to the order of what you see there, and we're not married really to anything on there. Obviously, like, our goals are still our goals, and there's things that we as a business want to achieve, like being a cross chain platform. But we're also discovering, as we're building, you know, that there's potential to take this part of the roadmap and tweak it again, like I said, based on factions and things like that. So we're working on a lot of different things, and I think people will be really pleasantly surprised as we start to actually reveal the things that we're working on. Expect lots of surprises. This is kind of like the time in Pirates where we sold out, reached our revenue goals. We then went immediately into hiring the workforce that we knew we were going to need. Immediately into kind of like the planning and design stages, and so this is like that building stage where we've got a ton of stuff that we're building. And I couldn't even tell you, to be honest, I couldn't tell you right now, out of like three things, which one is going to come first, because we're building them in parallel. And whoever's one thing about me is, and Tommy and Luis feel it, and especially Tommy, Mr. Perfectionist, I can tell you this, that we are not releasing anything that isn't ready. That's not us. And so I'll tell you this too, like, we were getting pretty close to releasing something last week, and then it wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. Like, we really want to be a premier brand, and I don't think you can build a premier brand by releasing products or services or anything that isn't really up to snuff. And so I think what you're seeing is like a little bit of lull in our building, and then things are going to come like really fast, and lots of variety in terms of the stuff that we have planned on the roadmap. But you can be sure that Plunderfest is being planned. We're super excited about that and getting the community together. Brand new version of our website is we've been developing for a good while now. We've got a game that I've told people on the arcade side that we're working on. And again, until that game's not ready, then you won't see the game. But we don't stop working on it. And then the figurines, I think we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the figurines. So I'm happy to show people what that's looking like. And like I said, and then a bunch of stuff that's top secret that nobody knows about.
Heck yeah, man. I know the chat's probably feeling a little bullish right now. I definitely am. I made 0.1 off a derivative last night. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that and maybe scoop me up another pirate. That's awesome.
Yeah. What I will say is this: we're getting close to revealing more about the world we are building. People have heard me use the term Drip Galaxy before. They know that Drip Studios is building Drip Galaxy. Drip Galaxy is the world that pirates exist within. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. And I think if there's anything that really gets me excited is about telling more of that story, of really what is it. Like, I can tell you, and everybody's heard me say this, like, we really feel like we have a brand that will transcend into Netflix and potential movie series, and physical toys, and like it's a brand that I really want, that I can see it thriving in lots of different mediums. And at the end of the day, we'll make some announcements. I think I'm not going to give you timelines, but if there's one thing I'm hyped about, is for you guys to see what Tommy in particular is working on, and
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait because I think it's going to be a very special moment for Pirates.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Dang, we should have sent Seth Green, a pirate, to take place of the ape that got that got taken off of the
Oh
show.
man,
Did you see
even
that?
Seth Green gets robbed. Yeah, man, and
Yeah, yeah.
this keeps happening too with Pirates.
Mhm.
I see it almost every day where somebody gets their Pirate stolen. Another one today I saw got their Pirate stolen. I don't. I want to help. I was just thinking today, how do I help more other than telling me to create YouTube videos about security? Because as you know, Chris, creating YouTube videos, takes 8 hours to do a really proper YouTube video, and it could be 5 or 50 minutes long.
Yeah,
And
man. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty safe on security. I've thought about doing this type of videos, but I feel like if I do that, it opens me up to a hacker being like challenge accepted. Like I'm gonna target you. So like I'm a tad bit scared to like specifically do videos around that because of cyber attacks. But yeah, I mean it's a real thing, like phishing links, claim this airdrop, Discord's being hacked, clicking on links through there. There's so many different the recent somebody sends you not recent, but somebody sends you an NFT that can be sold in wrapped Ethereum, and you go to sell that NFT, and then you actually give them rights to take anything from your wallet. Like, dude, it's getting bad.
yeah, I know. Sometimes you just don't want to do anything. You're just like you don't want to engage with anything because anything is a threat, right? And I've obviously brought in a lot of like normie friends into Pirates. Their first NFT. I went for dinner with one a week ago who had just gotten robbed of his Pirates, and like it sucks, man. It sucks to see. It's so. The first thing I hear is people throw in the towel, don't want anything to do with our space, and I wish there was a lot more we can do around security. Like we can educate people as much as possible, but at the end of the day, the products themselves that we use on a daily basis also have to become far more secure, like Discord and MetaMask and anything that we engage with. We're at the mercy of the products also evolving their security standards.
Do you mind me asking what your friend fell for?
Yeah. Which one? Which one was it? Oh, yeah. So, and he's the guy that he's like never engaged. He bought Pirates. He put them in his wallet and engages in nothing at all. He's never even played our game on our website, and he gets a DM that he thought was a Discord announcement, right? Because when people are new to Discord, you can't even tell the difference of what the heck's a DM, what's a Discord announcement that says, "Hey, we're doing like a $50,000 giveaway
Oh
and
no.
raffle, and if you click on this link, then you might participate in the raffle." What happens when you click on the link is that the way they made it looks like that you've been logged out of MetaMask and you have to log back in, but it's not actually MetaMask. And then to log in, it asks you for your seed phrase, and we
Oh
tell everybody
man.
don't share your seed phrase and all that stuff. But he thought that was necessary to log back into MetaMask so that he could fill. He didn't realize he was on a scammer's website. He thought he was on his actual MetaMask.
Yeah, man, that's so tough. And they get even more detailed than that. I mean, like we don't spend a ton of time on this, but again, raising awareness about this. I didn't even know this was possible. Apparently, somebody got a text like a month ago, maybe, and it was a code to their Coinbase. Long story short, they thought it was them that did it, and they typed in the text, and then they got their MetaMask, everything taken out of it. And you're thinking, what does your phone have to do with your MetaMask? Apparently, Apple uploads your seed phrase to the iCloud, and if you have it backed up, and somebody
Yeah,
was able to retract that seed phrase or be able to get the information from iCloud as an exploit. And then from that point in, all they needed was their password to be able to get into the actual MetaMask app because they uploaded basically their phone to the victim's phone to the hacker's phone. All they needed was that code. They got the code and drained their wallet. Like
yeah.
that I didn't even know that was possible. I was like, man, they're getting smarter. Like it's terrifying.
Yeah, Dylan below says in the comments that seems like the way to go. Yeah, to go with a ledger and a cold wallet and a hall wallet. And I'll be honest, Dylan, it's like that's only a small part of securing yourself. Like, there's no doubt that you should, generally speaking, have a cold wallet, a hold wallet, a hot wallet. both should be ledgers. Even your hot wallet can be a ledger and force you to kind of put in the pin into the wallet every time you want to transact. But at the end of the day, if you give someone your seed phrase, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what whether you have a cold wallet, hot wallet, or nothing. Like, your stuff's going to get stolen. Or if you go to the wrong link and approve the wrong transaction, even if you have a hardware wallet, you still could have easily have approved basically all your tokens to be swiped from your wallet. So hardware wallets can be like a false sense of security, because it's like hardware wallet is just like one small part of the equation of securing yourself.
Yeah, I know somebody, I think from Guttercat Gang, that got their wallet drained last week with a cold wallet, and it was just because of that. They rushed to a fake mint and they approved the contract. The main difference is you manually approve the contract and got swiped. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, I think as the easy decision that you really should make, though, is as soon as your NFTs are worth anything decent, where you're not caring about sending them to a wallet, paying gas to send them to a wallet, a cold wallet or hot wallet or anything, just put your valuable NFTs somewhere that you're never, ever, ever, ever connecting to anything under no excuse, no circumstance. That's kind of like the basic thing that will secure you the most.
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually done that pretty recently. Should have done it a long time ago. But my problem is, like, some of the NFTs, I still want access to the Discords. So, like, I don't want to approve it from this new seat or this new wallet that I have. So I'm kind of like, don't have access anymore. But yeah.
I hear you. So there's the more. I know we also, as founders, also need to get better at. And there's some alternative options nowadays around not asking people to actually connect their wallets to, even our site, because it puts people into the habit of connecting, their potentially prized possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little careful and I disconnect from every site that I connect to. That's another safe practice for it. But yeah, there's a lot of scammers out there. I know you and I both have the vision of mass adoption. I'm very, very strongly assuming that that's the goal, as somebody who works full time in Web3. So being able to get security before we get there is amazing. But yeah, thank you. We're almost at the hour mark. Thank you, Crypto Papi, for coming on. Again, I love the Pirates. I'm a big fan. I've been wanting to get an interview with you for a while now, so I'm glad you finally came on. Is there anything else you'd like to say, either just in general about Drip Studios, about the Pirates, or anything like that?
Hey man, I'm just so appreciative of the community that we have and the strength of this community. And times in the NFT crypto market aren't great right now, and so I love to see like how strong our community is and how much they believe in what we're doing. So rest assured that literally the only thing we wake up to every single day is basically to work and innovate and create cool stuff. And there's a lot going on right now, and I think that when things start to get released, then they're going to come at people really fast. So it's going to be like lull, and then like a lot of information, that new information that people haven't heard of consecutively. So we'll have some weeks where it'll feel like every day there's something new happening.
Heck yeah,
And
I
I can't
love
wait.
that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm super excited as well to be part of the community. I wouldn't ask this because I don't want to be put you in an awkward position. So definitely blame it's RT, not me. But he is asking, or she, one piece of alpha for all the fans watching.
Yeah, what, the showing you the merch isn't enough?
Heck yeah, I
We're
love it, man.
working.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, we've got a really cool partner working on the merch. This is a sample,
Yeah,
but I'm definitely really hyped to get the merch launched as well.
you gonna sneak some over to NFT NYC?
Yeah, we
Some
will.
extra?
We will have
Okay.
some there. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we're meeting with our merch partner there,
Heck
and
yeah, I'll keep that. That's
yeah,
awesome, man. I'm so excited to hear that you're gonna be there. I'm like 90% going to be, so would love to meet up with you, and we could even do another, much shorter, even if it's like 10 or 20 minutes, another in-person interview if you just wanted to talk at that point too,
totally down. Totally
or we
down
could
if
just
you want
hang
to do
out
that.
and grab a beer. I'm okay with either, man. I'm super chill, and I love it. Pirates, thank you for showing up today. Absolutely blew up chat. I really appreciate all the support for the project, for any kind of content based around Pirates, and for obviously Crypto Papi. We all appreciate you. Thank you for being here, man. And anytime you would like to come back, my channel's open for sure. There's not many projects I'm as long-term about, but Pirates is one of the few that I have no intention to sell whatsoever. So glad to be here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, and be an honor to be back.
Sweet. Thanks, everybody. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.